This afternoon, I stepped down as leader of Her Majesty's Loyal Opposition and leader of the Conservative Party of Canada following a Reform Act vote in our caucus. It was an honour of a lifetime to lead the party of Sir John A. Macdonald and Confederation, of Robert Borden and Vimy Ridge, of John Diefenbaker and the Bill of Rights, of Brian Mulroney leading the world on ending apartheid, and of Stephen Harper and his principled leadership on the world stage. Ours is the party of Canada's first female Prime Minister and Canada's first black cabinet minister. Our party founded this great nation. I believe it can and should lead Canada out of these troubling times for our country. Aujourd'hui, j'accepte le résultat du vote de notre caucus et je vais humblement quitter mon poste de chef de l'opposition officielle du Canada.
Leave my position as a leader of official opposition and leader of the Conservative Party of Canada. It was an honor for me to direct the party of Sir John A. Macdonald, Robert Borden and Vimy Ridge, John Diefenbaker and the Bill of Rights, Brian Mulroney and his leadership in the world to finish with apartheid, and Stephen Harper, who defended our interests, our values on the international stage. Our party is the one of the first women Prime Minister and the first black minister. It's the party, our party founded this country, and I believe that we need to govern Canada to unite our country in these difficult times.
I'd like to offer some parting thoughts on what I believe our party needs and what this country needs at this critical moment. I do this knowing that I've had my moment, my time at the microphone. But I love both the country and my party too much to not comment. This country needs a Conservative Party that is both an intellectual force and a governing force. Ideology without power is vanity. Seeking power without ideology is hubris. Canadians deserve a government that delivers exemplary management with a foundation based upon values and our decency as a country. What Canadians deserve from a Conservative Party is balance, ideas, and inspiration. Conservatism is about a vision of the country that makes us exceptional. It feeds the soul. It causes us to aspire to be better for our country, for our communities, for our families and neighbors, and for our role as a leader on the world stage. But it is just dreaming without the lever of power that comes with inspiring the country and earning the trust of its people. Je crois que notre pays a besoin d'un parti conservateur.
It's a Conservative Party that is an intellectual power and a power to govern, a government that is proud of its values and represents today's Canada.
Canada is in a dire moment of our history. You need only take a walk down the street in front of Parliament to see how divided we are. So my message to my party is the same I will give to the Prime Minister and members of Parliament on all sides of the House of Commons. Audi alterum partem. Hear the other side. Listen to all voices, not just the echoes from your own tribe. Realize that our country is divided and people are worried. Work together, because how we as leaders act now will define the next generation. If we keep our heads when all about us are losing theirs and blaming it on you, ours will be the future and everything that is in it. Canada is the northern half of this continent, and we sit on abundant resources. We can feed the world, power fleets, and tackle the housing crisis, the opioid crisis, poverty, and inequalities. We can confront the biggest global geopolitical threat in China while defending free trade with free nations. This world needs a serious Canada on the world stage again, especially our friends and family in Ukraine facing the Russian menace today. I believe that a strong, modern, and united Conservative Party will help our country heal and help our country lead again. I pledge my support and unwavering loyalty to our next leader, and I urge everyone in our party to come together and do the same. I want to thank Rebecca, the love of my life, my partner, my rock, and my safe harbor. Thank you. I love you. I want to thank my children, Molly and Jack. You inspire both Rebecca and I, and you'll be seeing a little more of me than over the last 18 months. And I want to thank the people of Durham, who I will continue to serve as Member of Parliament. I never lose sight of what an honor it is for me to serve my hometown in Parliament. And there is not a bad seat in the House of Commons. From the back corner by the curtains where I first sat to the front rows. Serving Canada has always been the honor of my life, whether it is in a flight suit or in a business suit. And I will never stop serving Canada. Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.